With weeks to go, work is still going on at the new border controls in Ashford. From the 1st of January, this is where freight crossing the channel will clear customs. At the minute, it's a building site. But that's not a concern for Kent County Council, confident it'll go smoothly, and even if it doesn't, there's a plan.
So the reasonable worst case scenario is that Kent could have 7,000 lorries held in the county with delays at the ports for whatever reason. So part of the overall traffic management plan is that we have had to look for locations where those lorries could be held.
Some of those locations are already in use. The Dover Tap sees HGVs taking up one lane of the A20 between Folkestone and Dover. Operation Brock uses a movable barrier to create a contraflow system between junctions 8 and 9 of the M20. Thousands of lorries can be held at Manston Airfield, with 450 parked up on one lane of the A256, similar to the Dover Tap. The Sevington border facility could take another 1,200, with more at a car park in Ebbsfleet and the Waterbrook border facility. And if that's not enough, Operation Stack comes back.
Whilst this site might have not started until July, the planning for the overall traffic management has been ongoing in effect since we had Stack in 2015. It's the old adage, isn't it? You fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Preparing for the worst is Mark Rolfe's job. The plan is to keep traffic moving by keeping freight on major roads.
There are lots of plans in place to make sure that services to be delivered to local people can still be delivered in terms of health, in terms of refuse collection, in terms of all the services that they expect to provide. We're absolutely confident that shops will still get supplied with food, that fuel stations will still get supplied with fuel. It makes sense for people to be prepared for the fact that there may be some traffic disruption. So it would make sense for people to not run out, not run their petrol tanks empty, not run their food cupboards empty. But there's absolutely no need for people to be concerned about getting the supplies they need to run a normal everyday life.
In a report out this week, MPs on the Public Accounts Committee say they're still extremely concerned about the risk of serious disruption and delays.
There's 3 key sites in Kent that are there if the lorry doesn't have the right paperwork, to be pulled to one side to check either to check the content of their vehicle or to check their paperwork and help them get the right paperwork. And those works are still ongoing on those 3 key sites. So all of this, layers upon layer, a challenge in one small corner of the Garden of England.
Garden of England? Not for long, according to Peter Cook, who was behind a stunt that saw signs welcoming visitors to Kent changed.
The French had some experience the other week, and they found out that even a 70-second time to clear a lorry resulted in a 5-mile queue. That's an optimistic forecast. We are going to be deluged.
In less than 1 month, we will learn whether the preparations were enough or even necessary. Tony Green, ITV News, Ashford.